between DeWitt and Monticello would be a good idea with John. So it's always good when you have somebody that talent. And I mentioned it, John. So I'm over 65 these days, and so my filters are off. I just say whatever I want to say, and there's no smoke, blowing smoke anymore or anything like that. But you know, I told this group before, and I still mean it, is that this is like coming home. This is a great, great club. And once in a while, you have to be outside another club or other places to realize that. So, you know, we go back a long ways. We go back to, like, Nancy is almost 42 years ago. I'm sitting in a living room with a group of Lioness, which I don't think they exist anymore. And we're talking Lions, we're talking Camp Courageous, and, you know, from there, you know, we've come a long ways. So I appreciate that. And there's so many, and I shouldn't do this, but there's so many people sitting around from Norm over here with truckloads and truckloads and truckloads of sweet corn that he brings up to camp. And Dr. Hill has sold thousands of pineapples and fruitcakes and everything else for us. And all the columns Bill did, and Roger with the trust. And just so many of you have been so involved in the history of camp. It's nice for me to get back here and say thank you personally. And wow, was I ever dumb when I was, my guidance counselor said, Charlie, you're not going to go anywhere. And she was kind of right. But, well, impressive. Wow, 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 wow. Each one of you. So, yeah, good for you. Good luck. You're going to the right school and all that kind of good stuff. So, good luck. And it's so nice of the Lions to provide those scholarships, because that really helps out a lot. So we're going to go through a little slideshow this time and bring you up to speed on what's going on at camp. So we have lots of campers out there today, and Lions Club has played a huge role in the history of the camp. No service organization supports Camp Courageous like the Lions Club. It's second to none. And there's not even, I think if you grab all the rest of them, which I won't mention, and you put them all together, it does not equal what Lions does. So that shows you the role that you play at Camp Courageous. There was a guy by the name of Dr. Deshaw. He's on our board out at camp. When I came to camp in 1980, he invited me out to a steak dinner and said, hey, that's great, I'll go out with you. And I go out to this campground, and at this campground I see all these folks in these like purple vests. I'm like, oh, that's weird. And so it ends up, I realize I'm at a Lions Club meeting, and Dr. Deshaw goes, I'd like to introduce everybody to our newest Lions Club member, Charlie Becker. So that's like 42 years ago. That's how I got involved in the Lions Club, and it's been just a really good relationship ever since. And Lions has been very involved, and you can see that we have a train depot at camp with the lion symbol on it, so we'll just go. And a lot of the meetings, the state convention was just out at camp, and so we're just a couple more on there. Okay. So that's the Lions Club Depot, still very, very popular with the camper. And the next one shows one of the district meetings. We just got done with the state convention for Lions out at the camp. And the next slide, hopefully I'm not blocking anybody. There's Lions Visually Impaired Week. So a lot of you know Art from down the road here as far as Lions Club member. That's him playing the guitar. And Amber, one of our visually impaired campers, playing the piano. So just very, very involved. And so we had the pandemic, as I mentioned, we were on our way to 10,000 campers. And I brought along just a real short little video, which is, I think, is the next one. Maybe, yep.
Camp Courageous is a year-round recreational and respite care facility for individuals with disabilities. The camp started in the summer of 1974 and served 211 campers. The camp is now open year-round, and the campers number in the thousands. The youngest camper was a mere 9 months old. The oldest camper served was 105. All of this is done on donations, with no government assistance, no formal sponsorship, and no one paid to raise funds for the camp. What this means is that everything given to the camp goes directly to benefit the campers. I hope through these pictures and music, each of you will better realize the tremendous joy you brought to the lives of so many. Thank you.
Something in your eyes makes me want to lose myself. Makes me want to lose myself in your arms. There's something in your voice makes my heart beat fast. Hope is feeling that the rest of of my life. If you knew how much this moment means to me, and how long I've waited for your time. If you knew how happy you are making me, I've never thought I'd love anyone so much. Feels like home to me. Feels like home to me. Feels like I'm all the way back where I come from. Feels like home to me. Feels like home to me. Feels like I'm all the way back where I belong. Feels like I'm all the way back where I belong.
So it's been an interesting past year with the pandemic. Before the pandemic hit, we were scheduled to serve around 10,000 campers. We had about 52 trips all lined up to go all around the country, and so then everything changed. And so and we kind of once the school shut down, our springtime is all schools, and once the school shut down, then we kind of shut down, and we had a lot of individual situations happen. What's really tough is this camper here is from Cass State. He's got muscular dystrophy, and he's the only one in Cass State with muscular dystrophy. And you come to Camp Courageous, and there's 100 other kids with muscular dystrophy there. So as much as we got cool facilities and things like that, it's that opportunity to socialize with people who have the same situation that you're in. And so unfortunately that didn't happen last year, and we're kind of getting everything geared back and ready to go for this year. And even though there are superheroes out at camp, the safety of the campers is always number one, and we always consider that what's most important. And so we're kind of kicking it back in. This is some campers caving here just not too long ago. And then all of a sudden the derecho hits. And so I'm not sure, we're right along Highway 30, so I'm not sure how bad it hits DeWitt, but it hit we missed the camp by about 10 miles, but of course it hit Cedar Rapids. And so a couple of the group homes over there, a group home called Discovery Living, got hit really bad, and the residents could not stay there any longer. So all those group home residents came out to Camp Courageous, and they stayed with us until their homes got rebuilt. So we kind of got back active with things and back on the course. And throughout this time, we've kind of worked a lot on expanding the camp and improving the camp. So here's base camp, here's our Lake Todd area, here's the former Pitcher Rocks United Methodist Church camp. And so we've kind of continued to expand. We have solar now on all of our buildings that are facing south. So those are all solar panels. There's the swimming pool, the maintenance building, the camper cabins, the main lodge. So our bill used to be $14,000 a month for electricity. And I just got the bill here recently, it's like $1,000. So that's a huge, huge savings. We're moving everything over. Camp Courageous used to be an all-electric camp, and then we got away from it. Now we're kind of back to doing everything. We have solar panels on top of Durgan Pavilion, which is there at the Lake Todd. And once again, the base camp in the Pitcher Rocks area. And so you had to have a tunnel in order to get our campers safely across the road to the other camp. And so we went through and we designed out a tunnel that would go under the road, and we started digging away. We had to close the road for a while, but there's a tunnel that goes under there now. And the inside of that tunnel we're going to design into, on one side it'll be places like the Eiffel Tower, Big Ben, places like that, so campers can take selfies of themselves all around the world. And then on the other side is an Old West that's going to be three-dimensional, so there'll be like a saloon and there'll be a barrel out in front of it. And then we can transfer them so that like in Halloween we can make that a haunted tunnel and do all kinds of activities. There's a locomotive with a big light, coming right at you and smoke coming out of the smokestack and things like that. So this will be a fun area. We put in new docks for the campers to fish from, so those campers that are in a heavy wheelchair can get out right out there and fish away. And we got our travel bus. We got a new travel bus and a huge addition to the camp. The travel bus has been down here to Quad Cities for a cruise, been up in DeWitt for a cruise, been to the zoo in Madison, been into the zoo down in Des Moines, been on a little shopping thing down at Williamsburg, and so it's out on the road every week now. And once again, it's nice because it does have a lift, so a person in a wheelchair can get right up there and get on the bus and take off and go. And that's beautiful inside. Could be referred to as a party bus too, but we don't refer to it as a party bus. So, different organization. One of the things that we did this past year is we did a memorial park area. And so what's unique about this, and I love the night view of it, and this is a little camper statue of a little gal in a wheelchair. Every morning the campers get up and they say the Pledge of Allegiance. So you have all the branches of the service, but what makes us unique is over here we have the Space Force. And so we're one of the first ones to have a monument actually to acknowledge the Space Force. And all this stone is from Stone City. So that gives you a feel of it as far as the lake in the background. And right here is a tribute to COVID for those people that were affected by COVID. And I will maybe kind of read what it says on that. That'll be the next slide. It says, the full range of services, sacrifices, and duty and honor that comes with the military service is amply illustrated in examples of our own citizens. This space in the Mainliner Memorial Park is dedicated in honor of the many Americans who answered the call of our nation to protect and ensure its future prosperity. Here we honor the healthcare professionals, educators, essential store workers, farmers, and delivery personnel. We honor the construction workers, manufacturing employees, and professional service personnel. We honor our police officers, firefighters, and first responders. We honor the restaurateurs and small business owners. We honor those who serve by sewing masks, crafting face shields, and creating hospital gowns. These are the people who restructured our country overnight, some giving the ultimate sacrifice of their own lives to protect and serve others. Never in our nation's history have so many Americans done so remarkable things to defend our country. May we never forget to appreciate and acknowledge their contributions to the winning and unprecedented war against COVID-19. So a nice little tribute once again to make that area quite unique. There's Space Force, next. And we put in a new zip line. So you gotta come up and try this. The zip line starts down here at the bottom of Picture Rocks, what used to be Picture Rocks Methodist Camp. You're sitting in a seat, you're going 700 feet back to the very, very top of the ridge, and then you're 110 feet up in the air, and then you zip down the hill. So you zip up the hill, and you zip down.
Is there a weight limit?
No weight limit, for the most part. So we're going to show this how this is done real quick here. So always stand next to the e-stop in case you have an issue. If there's somebody that so there's an issue down here, you can press the e-stop. Operator is in control of the ride.
Never mind.
So right there, you're at 110 feet up in the air, and then it lets you go. And you zip down. And what's kind of interesting is right here at the end, you're going to hear the air brakes that stops you from hitting a pole. Wow. Good ride. So you have to come up anytime, and we'll be more than happy to give you a ride on that. One of the latest things we're working on right now is our musical park. And so this is an area that campers can play all kinds of instruments and things like that. And that's the end of the slideshow and everything, but that's our latest thing that we're working on right now. And it's just a great activity for the campers. I'll open it up for questions, and then just remind me, is that I like to get a picture of the whole group, and there seems to be this side outnumbers this side, so we'll take this side, we'll get everybody over on this side, and we'll take a picture of the group. We'll get it on social media this afternoon and in our next courier, which the deadline was yesterday. So we're all good. Thank you for your incredible outpouring of things, and that is the most ever. That is the most ever. So thank you for doing that. That's wonderful. We much appreciate it. Anybody have any questions?
Did you come up in a truck?
It's gonna be tight. So if I can't get it all, my good friend Nancy will. I'll get over the next time. We'll make 2 trips. But I think we'll be real close to that. So that's wonderful.
We'll figure out how to get to it.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Any questions at all? We're open all the time. Stop up and see us anytime. This club has played a huge role in the history of the camp, so I appreciate the opportunity to come down here and personally say thank you.
Maybe you're front of the flag.